Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Josh and this is Working Man Reads. I hope everyone is having a great week. Today is Thursday and I am going to be doing a book review for Sinkhole by John Wayne Comunale. Now, I listened to it on audiobook. So that kind of always I don't know. I really enjoy audiobooks, so sometimes when it's an audiobook read for me, um, I I tend to like it more. So I think I gave this like 3.5 stars on Goodreads, and honestly, he did his own narration, the author, and he's a really good narrator. So that plays into it a little bit, but um, this is my Goodreads review that I wrote. So, the sense of humor and character that Comunale can put into his narrative is unmatched in the horror genre. And that's true. I mean, he really, you just know a writer's personality sometimes when you're just reading their work and you're like, wow, that was pretty funny. Like, he just knows what he's doing when it comes to having good ethereal voice. So, I love this bizarre tale of a couple in Texas who bicker and can't seem to get along when one day their um, monotony is broken up by a sinkhole that opens up in their backyard. Their lives are never the same again. So, yeah, they just literally argue. And he has these entire sections of the book where they're arguing, and all of a sudden this sinkhole starts in their backyard, and they're like, well, what the hell, like, what do you think caused it? And so the wife really doesn't care. She doesn't really spend too much time looking into it, but the husband starts really digging in. He's Google searching. He's trying to figure out if he can fix it because he's worried about his house. um so that's kind of it. But then it gets bigger and bigger. He starts digging into it a little bit more. And basically, it gets into kind of like a splattery, a little bit of a creepy factor after that. So it's not just that type. It is horror at the end. So you'll have to read it for yourself. This is this is a fun one and probably shouldn't be taken too seriously when reading. It's a blast from the beginning to the end because of the characters involved. I listened to this one, yeah. So, um, I don't know if it's a polite thing to say, but I kind of had to sometimes you just gotta read a book and not overthink it, and I am good at that. Like I like to sit down sometimes, and it doesn't need to be dissected more than just, is it entertaining? This was pretty entertaining. Is it worth a read? Yes. Is it going to be earth shattering and in my top 5 for the year? No. Um, and that's okay. That's okay. And do I think that John Wayne Comunale has better work? Yes. But overall, I liked it. It was worth the read, and it was a quick one at work. I think I listened to it. It's like a 2-hour long audiobook if you turn up the speed a little bit. So I highly recommend it if you're just trying to get into his work and you want to see his voice as an author. I would say my favorite parts were when we discovered what was inside the sinkhole. That definitely creeped. It was pretty creepy. It wasn't like the scariest thing I've ever dealt with in the world. If I had to give it a horror rating, it would be like a 2 or a 3 for me. So yeah, nothing earth shattering, but it was a pretty solid read. I think I rounded it up to 4 stars on Goodreads. And I hope other people check out John Wayne's work because he is a really good guy. And yeah, this one just wasn't like mind blowing, but that's okay. Sometimes they're not. And yeah, so thank you for watching, and I hope you guys have a fantastic Thursday.